At the wide receiver position, again, I mean, we're just going to keep hammering this. A lot of the popularity is going to be from this Chargers Cowboys game. Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb all figure to have quite a bit of ownership in week 2.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so, right? I mean, Amari Cooper had 16 targets. CeeDee Lamb had 15 targets. Keenan Allen had 13 targets. So all of these guys are underpriced for their roles in their offenses, and you're getting, a shootout game with two defenses that aren't great. So yeah, these guys are going to be stone chalk, and I think rightfully so. Keenan Allen has 7K. I mean, Jesus Christ. CeeDee Lamb is the most underpriced receiver on the slate, in my opinion. Amari Cooper's right up there with him, so it doesn't really get much more simple than this, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, there are 7 wide receivers priced higher than Keenan Allen, and I don't think any of them have a target projection as good as his. And, you could say the same for Cooper. And like you said, Jesus Christ, CeeDee Lamb at 6,400 is absolutely absurd. I'm jamming him in. I can tell you that right now. Some of the other wide receivers that I think people are going to have interest in, Cooper Kupp, after smashing in week 1, had 10 targets, went 7 for 108 and 1. Appeared to be Matthew Stafford's primary target in the passing game. Also, Jamar Chase as a value, a lot of hype coming around. People did the full 180 after, sort of getting off of him, getting on him. And I think that everyone is on Jamar Chase right now. And Cole Beasley as well stands out to me at 4,400, coming off of a week where Beasley had 13 targets as well.
Yeah, those guys are definitely viable. All of the guys that you mentioned in cash. If you want to pay down to Beasley, I like that. He's like the clear-cut Bills wide receiver 2, and he should come with some ownership. Jamar Chase is 5K, and after week 1, he looks to be the Bengals wide receiver 1, but obviously 1 week is still too early to make any definitive conclusions about that situation. So I don't know if he is, but 5K seems good for him. And then the mid-range wide receivers, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Allen Robinson, I think are all guys that should have ownership this week. They're not going to be chalk, but they're not gonna go on their own, right? They're way too cheap for their roles. Allen Robinson had 11 targets in that week 1 game against the Rams, and he's 6,200. Robert Woods only had 4, but we know he's the wide receiver 2 for a Rams offense that looks like they just want to throw the ball every fucking play. So I love the mid-range this week, and I think that's probably where you're going to want to live in for your 3 wide receiver positions in cash games. And I think you stay in the mid-range for tournaments as well, which we'll get to.